I've never seen a conductor, I've never seen one of these buses up road before.
Well, I had that feeling at the back of my mind that backloaders would eventually come back, but I didn't think it would be in my time.
On the 12th of December 1994, the face of public transport in Leeds went back in time with the re-emergence of a two-man crew bus service. Operated by White Rose Coaches of Glasshoughton in Castleford, the service is already proving very popular with the travelling public at large. But what gave this small, innovative bus company the idea of running a fleet of old London buses on the streets of Leeds in the first place?
Hearing some of the stories of the drivers that were already doing that service to Leeds, and they call it the Valium run because the drivers are under so much pressure. And one driver actually said that the days of customer care have gone. What a terrible thing to say in the service industry. A friend of mine was preparing a rope master for MOT, brought it over, let me have a drive. I loved it, put the three things together, and here we are. It's working very well. It's untried, yes, but I think there's certainly a niche in the market. If the public want that service, it's there. And we heard so many complaints about other operators who, or drivers who are under so much pressure, they just haven't time for the public.
I think the best thing about the service is a friendly smile of the conductor rather than a miserable bus driver. And the novelty, a London bus, an old bus, a conductor. It just makes it more fun.
It's a lot more satisfying driving this sort of bus. Here you can do what the driver's supposed to do, operate a punctual service. It's akin to being a train driver. You can be where you're supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be, because that's all you've got to concentrate on. A one-man buses now. About 15 years ago, that's why I left the bus industry then, because I wouldn't do one-man operation.
It's not like having a job. I mean, you haven't got a boss, you can meet people every day, meet people, and you get some really good characters on. It's brilliant.
Couldn't wish for all else. Not in a job anywhere. Things I do, you know, I've done other jobs and I ain't got satisfaction out of it, but when I do this, I do get a lot of satisfaction out of my job.
It's nice now, with a company like this, to be on a first name basis.
Yeah.
Not to be just declared as a number. Because the majority of the big companies now, all you are is a computerised number. A personal relationship with your management, you get on a lot better with people. If you do have to have a little bit of an upset, we've got a type of manager that, if you've done something wrong and you deserve a rollicking, you get one. But he's not the type of person that will hold it against you.
I like to get involved in I like to get out there and see what's going off. I'll go out and conduct, I'll go out and drive, whatever it takes, so that when the crews come in and tell me something, I know what they're talking about. Children, before they can talk even, they specifically wait for the red buses.
The little one, he loves coming on it. I can't catch any other bus. I've got to wait for the red bus to come. This is what he can say, he can't do the red bus. Yes, he loves it.
It's good. We're up to Holton, and then we're off into Leeds. We'll probably wait for another red bus.
A lady got on my bus one day and asked if you could bring a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig on the bus. I said, well, provided it doesn't make a mess, if it's house trained and it doesn't bite anybody, I can't see a problem.
We're going through Alton Bywater and this lady got on, and I thought it was a baby in a like an overall thing. Yeah. And she gets on and kept going. Next thing I know, this conductor's banging up window behind me. So I stopped and looked around and she says, "There's a woman on bus with a pig." I said, "What is this pig?"
He said from getting on to getting off, it never stopped squealing. And all the rest of the passengers had their hands on their ears. It was such a high-pitched squeal.
It's great. It's on time, punctual.
When you go onto the bus with just a driver, they just watch you struggle half of the time. And when you've got babies and bags, it's hard work. It's when they're heavy as well. It'd be nice for somebody to help you.
They do appreciate it more, because like I'm there to keep them happy and help them with the bags and the shopping and all that. And especially like parents with pushchairs and that, helping them on and that. They really enjoy it.
Like with one-man buses when, like say, elderly get on, they've got to struggle by themselves if they've got shopping and everything. Yeah. But when we pull up the bus stops, we go out and they don't expect it most of the time. They like look at you and you say, "I'll take your bag," and they're like, "Oh, thank you," and they're so grateful for you doing it. And we let them sit down before we like set bus off.
Good service, very reliable, good timekeeping. The conductor is a big help, especially to people who are knocking on in years, because they help them on and off bus and they're very obliging.
It's like the older times. I mean, one young lad and he always takes my bag off me, they help me up the step and they'll get off the bus and help me off. Well, you're running that nice.
The general public's fascination with the good old days of public service transport throughout the British Isles is set to rocket in West Yorkshire this summer with the opening of Transperience, the £24 million transport discovery park at Low Moor in Bradford.
There's a lot of people follow it. It sways back going back to the 1960s. People want to experience the types of rides that they had then, which are quite different to what you have today. Up there they'll experience the tram rides, the old trolley bus rides, and also the old diesel bus rides, whereas you might have a twin crew per vehicle. What we intend to do with regard to diesel vehicles is to team up, put a team in there similar to a conductor and driver.
1959 we built. So, but there's so much research gone into them, they couldn't afford to build a vehicle to this specification now. They're very, very advanced for the time, even to today's standards.
Well, my uncle's been here before and he told me about all these old buses, so today I thought I'd come over and have a look for myself.
And what do you think?
I think they're brilliant.
Do you like them?
Yeah, the open platforms, I think they're excellent.
They're built for the maintenance, around the driver, even around the conductor. Everything's been taken into consideration in the building. The 7 vehicles for 6 years, just on research.
But it never breaks down, it's always on time.
And to be honest, there's a lot of bus drivers today, they just haven't experienced this sort of transport, you know. They think what they're driving is a bus, where I call them jukeboxes on wheels.
First 2 weeks when we started, going down my Islands Lane in Garfield with this man, who was like, he was just going past the bus, he went, "Oh, I've got a clippy," and he couldn't believe it. And when they get on, they'll like get on at them and say, "Where do I pay?" You know, and me, "Oh, I can't believe it," you know what I mean? They all think it's a brilliant idea.
Well, it takes me back to when I was a young fella, you know, these were the sort of buses, the proper buses that I was sort of brought up on.
When I was a kid, I used to jump on them at Cherry Road, jump off round corner.
Let's hope we don't see that again.
Yeah, it was kind of dangerous, wasn't it?
This is the proper bus, yeah. This is without doubt the best public service vehicle that's ever been built.
Well, a bit that way, they didn't see me. Did you back it? Have I done you up?